Alright, this gonna be a video based off the chakras. I'm gonna be talking about how they connect with the angel numbers, the gateways to higher realms, higher planes, dimensions, whatever you want to call it, and how it all really just be based, how it all is just based off the quantum realm. The quantum realm is really just where you go after death, after you choose not to come back to Earth. So it's you going to a place where you build your own heaven, your own universe, when you decide not to come back to Earth and avoid reincarnation. You first have to do that, starting with your heart chakra. If your heart chakra not ready to receive information based upon how it's pulsating, or how it's vibrating, you will be able to achieve that, or you won't be able to achieve that. If it's vibrating too low, you won't be able to achieve that because your root chakra, in your root chakra, you still got undealt with trauma that you ain't released yet, or you still holding on to what happened to you as a child. You have to face that. You have to face that. If you everybody want to be talking about the angel numbers and how they want to reach higher realms, higher planes, and have access to them, but they don't really want to deal with their backyard bullshit that they got going on. That what happened to them as a child, which makes them have this certain mentality today, where they got an attitude towards somebody. Is you facing your shadow self. You dealing with your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your lower three chakra, all your chakras really is you facing your dark side, is you facing your shadow self. If you ain't doing that, you having a round trip back to Earth after death. So this really just a holistic view on, you know what I'm saying, all the metaphysics and occult science from my perspective. And when you don't deal with your root chakra energy, your root chakra, you have to face that. You have to face all your chakras, really the flip side to them, which you got your everyday waking life part of the chakras, and then on the flip side of that is hidden creativity, hidden talents, otherworldly places such as the hidden dimensions or planes people like to speak of, and so on and so forth. So the heart chakra is key. That's why mainly like when you have a certain experience, you will feel that in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody gets shot, a little girl gets shot in the head, you might feel that in your heart, like, God damn, niggas is fucked up out here. Like, what the fuck? And then that's shit like that is what causes you to question your reality. Like, what is this place? What is going on? Who are these people that I'm dealing with that I call family, neighbors, uh, work associates? Like, what am I dealing with for real? Cause it be the same bullshit no matter where you go, where you at around the globe, around the earth. You dealing with the same thing, same perspective as far as just being dealing with humanity's existence. You get where I'm coming from? So understanding your chakras and working with them is key to leaving all that bullshit behind. If you don't do that, then you just having a round trip back to Earth, like I just said. And, they when you start getting past your guilt, trauma, all that, which is stored in the lower chakras, you start to gain access more to these higher realms and frequencies. It could be visual. I say the two main things you will experience when you get past your low energy, your lower self. It could be visual, or it could be empathetic, em- on the empath level, which is dealing with feelings. You get where I'm coming from. So you gotta face the bullshit in the backyard first to reach the higher realms, the higher planes. And then ultimately you make a decision after death to come back to Earth or not come back to Earth. It's all up to you. Nobody can make the decision for you. It ain't gonna be no entity, as far as I know, that's gonna force you back down to Earth. If it is anybody forcing you to come back down to Earth, it's yourself. When you die, you first go to the astral plane, the realm of dreams. It's, it's every time you go to sleep, whether you have dreams or not, you will eventually end up on the astral plane. That's why you go there every day or every night. And then if you stay there too long, you get sucked back down to a physical body. You may not, like in the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, you may not see a pep, but it's still a concept that is reality to where you get sucked back down to a physical body, which is also the demiurge, which is also your own ego. Your own ego causes you to come back down here, so you gotta figure out why you down here. While you down here, you got to make the decision to come back to Earth or not, which is reincarnation, or you make the decision to go to the quantum realm, which is the y'all. And the y'all, where does that stem from? The all stems from your motherfucking mind. The all is in your goddamn mind. And the work that you're supposed to be putting down here is controlling your own mind, not for anybody else but you. You gotta get out of trying to save people and try to save the earth. You can't even save a hoe. As the motherfucking niggas in the hood would say. But you can't even save a hoe. What makes you think you can save a whole globe? Save yourself before you try to save anybody else. You know how that saying go. But the quantum realm is basically the all, which is your mind. You know what I'm saying? The ancient pharaohs or the ancient noble pharaohs understood this. You have ancient Egyptians, and then you have ancient Egyptians that were noble. The ancient Egyptians that were noble were the ones that was receptive to this type of information that I'm giving you, which is metaphysics, and I'm telling you basis of occult science as well. Those were the noble Egyptians, the ones that understand what I'm telling you now. If you understand this now, then you also understand that you have a duty to lay out in this incarnation. And as you go along forth, you figure out who you was in the past, in your past incarnations as well. So back to chakras. You gotta look at how I look at chakras is like an elevator. You go up and down. The reason you go up is to reach higher realms and achieve or retrieve greater information than you already know. The only way to do that is to look within yourself. You ain't gonna just get that in your everyday science class in a college course. You gotta look within to get that. And where this information is coming from, it's coming from your old soul. Your soul is the database, and your mind and your willpower is it's basically just like the computer monitor, and you got the mouse. You you traveling within the database to retrieve greater information. And the reason you go down is pretty much the same thing. It's to look in the past to figure out why you got this same bullshit attitude, which leading you into the same bullshit every day as you go on to get past that bullshit. So the, also when it comes from the throat chakra up to the pineal gland, the throat chakra is light blue. You know what I'm saying? You should be speaking your truth while you down here and speaking your mind while you down here, or else you'll be regretting that shit while you in the clouds. You get where I'm coming from? The motherfuckers who created Twitter and Facebook understand that. That's why the Facebook logo is blue. That's why the Twitter app is blue, because it's mainly based upon you speaking. And then as you go up, it's kind of like a next level thing, but it's really pretty much just on another level, not a higher level. It's more visual. That's why it's dark blue instead of light blue. The light chakra is light blue, and then the pineal gland is dark blue, showing you that it's a different aspect or a different compare and contrast when it comes to understanding a certain amount of consciousness and light that you have. The pineal deals with mental for the most part and visual. When you visualizing, that's when it becomes a weapon. You can have a pineal gland all day, but if you're not visualizing nothing, if you're not willfully visualizing nothing in your mind, then it lays dormant and calcified. You ain't go just drink some un what is it? Tap water that shuts down your pineal gland. Yeah, I ain't saying that doesn't shuts down the pineal gland, but at the same time, you can't just drink some clear ass water and expect it to do a certain amount of work for you when you're supposed to be the one having the will and putting in the work. So you have to visualize. That's why I'm saying when you get into your talents and start worrying about the next rent payment and the next payday and just do it pure of heart, which is from the heart chakra, based upon which is dealing with the heart chakra. You do your talents just pure of heart, and then the more you do that, the more you, the more your pineal gland is balanced equally along with the rest of the chakras. The lower three chakras is based upon you just trying to get money every day, which is nothing wrong with that, which is a thing, which is what you're supposed to be doing, is just so you can get that out the way, so you can focus more on reaching these higher planes, which is bliss. A lot of motherfuckers say ignorance is bliss. Being knowledgeable is bliss, as far as I know, as well. Knowledge is blissful as well. So you ain't gotta just be ignorant to be blissful. You can know some shit and be blissful as a motherfucker as well. So heart chakra, pink, throat chakra, light blue, showing you a different compare and contrast with the pineal gland as you go up, which is another different type of work, which is visual, is what I'm trying to say. And then you got your crown chakra, which is I think lavender, and then or another type of purple, I believe. The purple, the crown chakra. If you notice how a crown looks, most crowns they got an opening on the inside. It has a circle, opening symbolizing that that's where you release certain energy from dealing with your root chakra when you putting in work. Like a chimney, smoke comes out the chimney, just like invisible smoke in the unseen world comes out of you through your crown chakra for you doing chakra work. Um, that's probably gonna be it as far as chakras. Hope I gave enough info for you to look up on your own. A book you can get based upon chakras, like I've been saying. It's a complex thing when comes to chakra. When it comes to chakras, and this book lets you know that it's called The Chakras by C.W. Leadbeater. 10 color plates. Yeah, it's a book you can read, so check it out for yourself, skedaddles, niggas.